Alright, 69 seconds summary for Mega Sharpedo EX, which is the best new Phantasmal Flames deck, even though technically this format began 3 weeks ago with the Dengar and Diancie Mega Battle decks, but we don't count that because Dengar sucks. After unofficially starting last month, the Phantasmal Flames format is finally upon us. It will last until our special set on January 29th, where we'll get like 5 new playable cards. While some of the 94 cards in Phantasmal Flames will definitely have an impact on Standard, in terms of new archetypes, only one cracked the top 10, Mega Lopunny. Which probably makes you wonder why I'm not doing that today. Well, blame the PTCGL dev because Sharpedo's free on the Battle Pass. But overall, Rotation in March is the only thing that will finally shake up the meta when it removes Golden Go and Gardevoir and Charizard and so much more. Where was I? Oh right, the Pedo. Accelerate 2 energy onto Sharpedo with Toxtricity, heal 30 of the 40 damage on your Shark with Munkidori, and deal 270 to their active. Because you rely on the Monkey to keep Sharpedo's hit points healthy, Battle Cage could be a problem. So either bump it or just put the damage counters on their active. After that, use Gravity Mountain, Monkey Math, and maybe Binding Mochi to take down all those Stage 2s and Megas with high HP. Mega Sharpedo's not the best deck ever made, and arguably it's not even a B tier deck, with it losing regularly to Megazard in my testing. But when you use this list, or say a wacky version featuring Mega Dengar as well, you'll win some games, especially against Gardevoir. Unless they get off to a good start and you a bad start, then you're screwed like those purple things in Legends ZA. The fact that they put a freaking Hero's Cape on the stupid butt face just means we don't have a chancey in hell of winning, but I'm gonna give it my all. Okay, actually, do I do nothing? No, I think we still do it. I think we still go for the draw of 8, because things like this can happen. Yeah, this is fine. So we go subjugating chains. We're still definitely going to lose this game. Don't get it twisted. Okay, we're still... Oh, I think the Seviper might be kind of important if we want to win. But yeah, we have to go with this board. And I think Cerule Edge is just a really, really terrible matchup for this deck. Like you said, yeah, most decks without a damage cap are kind of terrible matchups for any Mega deck. But this specifically is, you know, all my basics lose to Solrock. They do... Okay, so they're not going to do anything good this turn. They would need to find an Air Balloon. It's a little weird that they didn't do anything, right? So the way that I win this, I believe it's going to have to come down to Seviper, right? If I want to win this game... Okay, we have to go this turn. This is it. I can win. I can literally win the game. All right, so you go there. You go there. Do I want to use Arven is the question, and I'm not sure. So if I use Arven, what do I get? I don't have... Oh, I do have an Air Balloon. So if I go Arven for... We could also get Hero's Cape. Hero's Cape probably wins us the game at this point. So let's go Toxtricity. We're going to get this guy. We're going to go Arven. We're going to get the Air Balloon, and I guess we're going to play with our balls a little bit. Do I want to play with my balls? No, I think we just want to... Yeah, we just want to play with these balls. These balls... No, we want to get the counter catcher in case they take a knockout. Easy. All right, so step 1. We attach to you. Step 2, we evolve into you. I think I've probably already screwed up this combo, but don't worry about it. We'll be fine. And then we go Sinister Surge. Okay, so remember what I talked about in all those videos is you have to heal 30 of the 40 damage with your Munkidori. So this is kind of how it's supposed to go. It's just, you know, we're not in the best shape right now. You know, we haven't worked out in a while. And I guess I just start building up the Charcadet. Though I don't know if that's even necessary, right? If I just start hitting this guy, and then we save our Gust cards, I think we'll be fine. Oh god, yeah, I hate that, by the way. I absolutely hate that so much. It's like, they made the evolution slightly faster. Oh, I thought we had the Fez. Okay, and Lena, I'm sorry that I broke you. But Squawk and Squeeze, at least you don't say Squawk and Ball Torture, all right? Squawk and Squeeze is fine. Squawk and Ball Torture, a little bit worse. And you're probably wondering, Toilet, why didn't you get the Hero's Cape? The reason I didn't go for the Hero's Cape in that situation is because I want to screw them over. I want them to basically burn their deck down to get this Mega Sharpedo knockout this turn, and then I slap the Hero's Cape on the Sharknado. So that is, oh my god, they're literally a psychopath. Whenever somebody has mismatched energies, and this is just general grievous, this is egregious. Literal psychopath here. But this is a bad matchup. Okay, that's fine. Go for the Pecharunt. Oh, go for the monkey? Okay. Was not expecting that. Out of all the things I was expecting, I was not expecting that. So now we lose our counter catcher. Huh. They've pulled the Uno reverse card on me. Okay, we got the Sharknado. Now, we are in a very interesting spot. We are in a very, very interesting spot right now. Believe it or not, I think I have to go Fez down, so we might be without Munkidori for a little bit. And Gordra, thank you. Thank you for gifting a sub to Necrophiliac. Okay. So let's go get rid of that. And Sonic the Hedgehog, unfortunately, I am wearing pants. You know, it's Canada, it's winter. I'm not worried about a Fez. I'm not worried about a Fez here. So yes, I am wearing pants. I'm as disappointed as you. Don't worry. Okay, so what I want to do is Sinister Surge. I think to the Pecharunt, right? The Pecharunt is probably our win condition. I don't think the Sharknado is. So they adjusted their strategy. So we're going to adjust our strategy like their pants. Okay, here's what we do. We don't lose. Here's what we do. We don't lose. We force them to have another Gust card. We go Hero's Cape. I'm really disappointed by Binding Mochi, by the way. All right, so let's go Binding Mochi on you. The question is, do I attach the energy? Because what if we top deck an energy? That would be terrible. All right, so let's go retreat into the Sharknado. Oh god, that's gonna get me every time. Like, again, the PDCGL dev does not test their game. They're just like, hey, let's change things. Like, if you look at the home screen, this is for the YouTube audience. I already complained about this to the Twitch audience. The home screen, they shrunk the profile picture. They moved the ranked and casual to the right side. They shrunk things for no reason. And then, like, you'll experience a game-breaking glitch, and you'll be like, you chose to, you know, make terrible decisions with the art. You know, you changed the game board for the 5th time in the last 5 months, but you can't fix game-breaking glitches. And never gonna let me down. Well, it's to boost your damage, right? Because Sharknado does 270. You put the Binding Mochi, that's 310. And then, yeah, you can Munkidori a little bit. But I think we win this matchup. They tried to big brain us. Oh, easy. That's an easy win. They just lost all their good cards. Easy win. Everything is gone. You know, let this be a lesson. No matter how much you blank out your deck, you still can't beat off a pilot, okay? Oh, no, Gravity Mountain. So you climb the Titty Mountain, and then you take the knockouts. So Binding Mochi does help, but yeah, I don't think 2 Binding Mochi is necessary. I think 1 is fine, plus Hero's Cape. Every Japanese list pretty much played Hero's Cape exclusively. And I guess I put the Mochi on probably the Fez, right? Okay, and then we go Artazon. Mad Panda, thank you for the sub. Yeah, hopefully the subs are going to kind of roll in today, because Trust Your Pilot didn't stream for a little bit, and now the subs has kind of lapsed here. Okay, I think it makes more sense to go Toxtricity, Sinister Surge, because we've abandoned the Munkidori play. We just want to win with bosses at this point. And what you've kind of seen is you've seen the good of Mega Sharpedo, right? You've seen the good of the shark. I guess I could just retreat, right? But, like, what's the downside to this? There's no downside. YouTube audience is skipping ahead 2 minutes to see if there's been a downside, but there's no downside to doing that, right? They don't have legacy energy. They Briar, if they recycle their Briar, that won't do anything. And Jamjar, you're convinced that Pedos suck and Alakazam is broken. Yeah, with Battle Cage, Alakazam gets much better. And Loot Sky Swiss, but what if the bug has been in the game for 3 years and they're devoting every patch to changing unnecessary things? What if that? Because that's what they do. So yeah, this is the good and the bad, right? 330 hit points makes it so that Ceruledge doesn't have the easiest time knocking you out. And then Hero's Cape puts you out of range for pretty much every Ceruledge deck. You know, when things work with this deck, it seems good, right? I'm going to put in the title, this is the best new Phantasmal Flames deck. If you go based on Japanese results, then technically Lopunny is number 1, or I guess more technically Charizard is number 1 because people just chuck one Charizard into regular Charizard. But I choose to believe that Sharpedo is better just because it's very keyhole. It's a very keyhole strategy. With Lopunny, you got to do math. Well, you got to do math with this too. But like Lopunny, you get too distracted by the feet and the ripped leggings. Because yes, if you didn't notice that instead of fur, Mega Lopunny has ripped leggings because, oh my god, the Pokemon Company was on one. There's a reason they're called Game Freak, right? As long as my opponent doesn't concede, I am going to include this in the YouTube video. Okay, so we prized Hero's Cape in a matchup where we kind of need it, but we do have Psyduck, we do have Shaymin. I think we're fine. So no matter what they're going to try to throw at us, I believe we're going to be okay. So let's go Carvanha Toxel. We didn't get an energy, which is kind of unfortunate. And I can't take the risk, right? I can't take the risk that they just knock my dude out. Man. So I guess no, I can't even put the air balloon on the Toxel. We're just kind of at their mercy right now. It's just kind of like, what are they going to do? We just have to kind of wait. The waifu Lopunny Darty deck. That is a sentence that has never been spoken before, and you should be ashamed of yourself for speaking it into existence. So it's kind of a really disappointing... Wait, you play Totsadiri and Pokegear? Isn't that a little overkill? It's like one is for Badu, the other is for my insanity. All right, well, they're knocking out the monkey, but then I just kind of win, right? Yeah. I think we're fine, because I can hit into them with... Like, I only need to hit them with one, right? I can only soften them up. I don't have to do anything crazy. They can't one-shot a Pedo. You know, the Pedos are just going to be everywhere. Okay, there's a Poffin. I don't... Oh my god. No, I think I kind of have to. We got Toxel. We have double Toxtricity. We have the Pecharunt. Huh. This is tough, because if I overbench, we're going to lose. But if I underbench, we're also going to lose. No, I don't think they're going to target my Toxel. I don't think that's something they're going to do. I am okay putting the Fez into play right now. I do need a Pedo. We 100% need to play with a Pedo right now. All right, then we just draw 10 cards. Easy. What's your strategy, Pilot? Just draw 10 cards. Easy dubs there. All right, and then we go Fezandipiti. Did I just take the knockout on a Lopunny? Or am I one short? I think I'm one short, but let's go for it. Actually, I will have it next turn with a monkey, right? I believe that's the case. We have it next turn with the monkey, so let's try it. Let's see if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. And then we just go 3-10, leave them with 20, and then next turn I just get a Munkidori and we win. So again, this is why Sharpedo is good, right? It's not amazing. I do think it's better than Lopunny, though Lopunny has a lot more flexibility. I mean, that's one flexible bunny, if you know what I mean. You know, I'll call her Gale and start thrusting. Oh my god, the hollow pattern is god awful. What? They literally just throw ideas at a board, right? And look, see how it's bright, and then once it gets on the play space, it turns dark. And yeah, see, this is why I didn't want to overbench. This is why I avoided the second Toxels, because A, they're not going to target my Toxtricity, and B, I need to leave a spot for Psyduck. Yeah, again, they just make the dumbest, weirdest decisions that make absolutely no sense. In this situation, do I just go Munkidori? Hang on a second. So do I Munkidori it up right now? And yeah, because we're gonna take 3 prizes. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. You don't need to worry. Okay, I know this is dumb and it's a way more big of a risk than it needs to be, but we're about to take a huge turn. And what are they gonna do? Win? So all I had to do to win this game was not what I'm doing right now. Don't worry about it, okay? I could have put the Psyduck down, and we could have easily won the game, forced to concede, but forcing to concede means this doesn't get in the YouTube video. Oh, they have really, I think, screwed themselves over now, right? Because then we can go... there's a monkey. Let's go Toxtricity. Okay, and then we'll just attack with this guy. Yeah, we'll go Lillie's Determination. So I don't think they can win now, right? More famous last words, I know. And yeah, there's nothing I want, because we did prize... This was the game where we prized the Hero's Cape, right? I'm assuming it is. So let's get rid of that and that. Watch this not be the game where we prize the Hero's Cape. And then let's go get the Psyduck. The Pedo has free retreat. I know, right? That's so weird. It makes no sense that it has free retreat. It's like, wait, is Mega Sharpedo known for being fast? I don't recall that. You know, I run away from Pedos when I see them, but that's about all I can recall. No, so yes, I should have played the Psyduck. But again, we don't want them to concede. We also want to see how this line of play goes, right? Because knocking out the Lopunny forces them to make a tough decision of who do I send up. You know, they could have sent up the Toxtricity and saved their Duskull. But essentially what they have to do is they have to... I don't even think they can win. And Incineroar, it's a Torpedo. Hey, it's a Pedo's a Pedo, am I right? Like, I don't think they can win, because if they blow up a Dusknoir to knock out the Mega Sharpedo, or to not even knock out the Mega Sharpedo, they can't even knock it out. They can't take a 5-prize turn. And this is why I did what I did, is because they can't blow up 2 Duskull. Yeah, they can knock out this guy. You know, they could have taken a prize on the monkey, but that was all they could do. And now we're tied on prizes. So, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this differently. That's fine. All right, well, let's go Psyduck down. And then Hero's Cape. Wait, do we Hero's Cape the active? No, we Hero's Cape the... No, we just need to get a Gust card. That's it. Just give me a Gust card and I win. All right, I think we got a Gust card, everybody. I'm not sure, but I think we got a Gust card. All right, wait, do we win? Hang on, we might actually lose. I feel like I did something wrong and we're actually going to lose this game. Something feels off, doesn't it? Something feels off right now. I am very concerned about my well-being. Something feels off. I feel like they're going to do something crazy to win this game right now. And I feel like we don't actually need the bosses. I feel like the bosses are actually a lie right now. 1, 2, monkey. Something is... Yeah. If they have a Gust card, I lose. They do 230, so I think we just do that. And then we just hungry... Oh no, we gotta go monkey. I don't know. Something feels off. I feel like I'm gonna lose this game. I have a tingling in my Pokeballs. Oh, right. In Sword and Shield, the Pedo is known for aggressively chasing you and you can't run and you can't escape. I remember. And so the reason I did that line of play is because if I bossed someone on the bench and knocked them out, that activates Counter Catcher, and then they can win if they do that. So that would have been a game-losing scenario. So the reason I didn't boss anybody, and I was thinking like, oh, if I boss, I win. No, if I boss, I lose because that activates Counter Catcher, and that's really bad. Oh, hello. They do realize they still lose, right? They do realize that this is... They lose. Because Acerola doesn't protect them against... Yeah, Acerola doesn't protect them against Munkidori. And I just go the goated Pecharunt combo. So I have to go Sinister Surge. And then we got to go... My Pedo is Surgeon. And then that's it. And then we just go for the Munkidori. So yeah, Acerola's Mischief. I played this perfectly. You know, I gotta say, aside from the fact that I tried to lose this game, we prized 2 Darkness Energy. There we go. So I played that perfectly. I didn't take the knockout, didn't activate Counter Catcher. That was a goated play. Remember, I could have very easily like done many things to my opponent to make them hate life and just put the Psyduck down and they concede. But we have officially proven that Mega Sharpedo is better than Mega Lopunny, and you can take that to the bank and also withdraw some money so you can buy a sub to my Twitch channel. I guess we just Iono? That is tough. Like, if I knew that I was going to get an Air Balloon, I would have attached to the Toxel. So, and of course, we... Oh my god, this game is infuriating. This game is insane. It's like, oh, I would have attached to the Toxel had I known. All right, well, we just gotta end turn and hope for the best, I guess. And Small Rat, I've got great news. There's a really handsome YouTuber who has a complete starter guide for everything you need to know about PTCGL. What you need to know about Expanded is that it's a cesspool and you should never go there because the PTCGL dev doesn't care about it. But basically, Standard is cards from basically the most recent 3 years, and then Expanded is supposed to be cards from the last 15 years. But on PTCGL, it's what, the last 9? Whenever Sun and Moon base set came out, 9 years ago, 8 years ago. Oh my god, I just attached to the Toxel. I don't know if I'm going to get Air Balloon. Why would I attach to the Toxel? Because you're a freaking idiot, Trust Your Pilot. That's why. That's why you attach to the Toxel. And of course, no Shaymin. There's no shame in saying that I didn't put a Shaymin in this list, because you got to cut something to make room for the 3/3 Toxtricity. What we have learned is that you do not need a 3/3 Toxtricity in this deck. That is 100%. Hey, we got a Lillies. All right, so Air Balloon. Let's play with our balls. I guess it should be a Carvanha. I think that's fine. Because we're probably not going to get literally anything that we need. Awesome. Okay, so let's go. Oh, this is terrible. I guess I have to expose my Sharknado. That seems terrible. Let's get rid of... Do we need Gravity Mountain? No, we don't need Gravity Mountain in this matchup. That's stupid. Let's go for the Sharpedo. They need literally Did I just... Don't say it. Okay, don't say it. I didn't realize that I just put that one down. You know, Small Rat distracted me with all the expanded talk, then I got my blood boiling and my toes cooking. Yeah, that's a pilot-sized oopsie right there. But I'm so distracted by toes and just the arts. You know, I think it's the arts. Let's blame the art. Like, look at how terrible this looks, right? This is not your stream. Do not adjust your stream. This is just how bad PTCGL looks now, and that's the whole problem, is PTCGL, not me. Because there's someone who works on this game and they don't know what they're doing. Okay, wait, maybe my oopsie is about to be a genius level move here. This could be a genius level move that Trust Your Pilot has made, and you're about to be in awe. You know how doctors say awe? Well, you're gonna have to say awe to fit these toes in your mouth because you're gonna be so just insanely. I don't know what's about to happen, but we're about to win. Okay, so they're not going for the Toxel with the Screamtail. Who are they going for? The other Carvanha? The monkey? Who do you think they're going for? Type your answer in the chat, because this is going to take like 20 minutes. Okay, so they're not going for Munkidori. I guess they're going for the other Carvanha. Or the active Carvanha? Wait, what? Okay. Like, I understand you don't want to activate my monkey, but that one confuses me. Really wish I had that Gravity Mountain right now. really wish I had that Gravity Mountain, huh? That Gravity Mountain sure would be useful right now. That Gravity Mountain sure would come in handy. I wouldn't mind giving myself a handy. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. We'll just go get another Toxel. What are they going to do? Knock it out? That'd never happen. Okay, so that goes there. I mean, are they just going to knock out the other one? I mean, I guess. Again, they can probably try to trap somebody, but I think we put the other Toxel down. And then we just go Greedy Fang, take the KO. If they go for the other Toxel, that's fine. Okay, I think we're in a decent spot. I want to put this in the YouTube video, even with, because my oopsie turned out to be a big brain play because they would have, played the game differently and they wouldn't have gone for the Toxel. They wouldn't have been outsmarted by their pilot. But it's Gardevoir. Anytime I face Gardevoir, I just sort of mentally check out because I know most of the time it's not going to be included in the YouTube video because no one wants to watch me face Gardevoir because the games take forever. Maybe Salvador will play quickly. There'll be the rare Gardevoir player that plays quickly, which I doubt. But just think about this. Just think 5 or 6 months, probably 6 months from now, we're going to live in a utopia where anyone who says, oh, we're facing Gardevoir, it's going to be Mega Gardevoir. Isn't that good? Just imagine how beautiful that is. Imagine how beautiful my toes are and multiply that by 10. That's going to be how beautiful the world's going to be when Gardevoir EX rotates at the end of March. If you haven't watched like my last 20 videos, every G Block card is rotating on March 26th in PDC GL, tentatively. I mean, let's be real. That's when it's happening. Oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to your Munkidori. And another thing that doesn't get mentioned in the Gardevoir matchup enough is that if you leave the damage on the Screamtail, they can't Drift Loon or Drift Blim, whatever it is. And Golden Go also rotates on that day. Oh, you're a butt face with the Bravery Charm. So now I can't do the same, but I mean, I just target your Gardevoir. If I'm bossing somebody, I'm not going for your monkey. I'm going for your Gardevoir. You're weak to dark. And you don't know this, YouTube audience, because you're living in the past. You didn't do the nasty and the pasty like I did. Is in the intro to this video, I did say that this deck beats Gardevoir unless they get off to a good start. So I feel like I'm obligated to include this game in the YouTube video. Yeah, we're losing Gardevoir. We're losing Charizard EX. We're also losing, what, 151 Charizard too? We're losing... Okay, interesting choice. Okay. Yeah, they'll give us a single prize Gardevoir with Psychic Embrace, and it says, don't put any damage counters, and also you can suck all the butts. Okay, we're in a bit of a situation here. I think I have to go for Guardy, right? We go bring up the Guardy, knock it out. The question is, where do I put the damage? I think we just put the damage on the Mew, right? Because that's knocked out. We put the damage on the Mew. Yeah, maybe we can make something happen there. I feel like they've played all their item or all their tools. So I'm going to go get my Heroescape. I'm going to thin out the deck. Do I put it on the Sharknado? Do I put the Heroescape somewhere else? I think we still put it on the Sharknado. Even though we might lose the game because the prize trade is going to be a little wonky here. I just don't want to find myself in a position where I got nothing. Right, like I can Iono, if they take the knockout on the Pedo, which it's seeming like they're going to do, I can force them to take another knockout to win the game. This is the 3/3 Toxtricity one, so of course we haven't found a single Toxtricity because that would make too much sense. We're playing the Ultra Consistency one, which is less consistent than the 2/2 Toxtricity. There's the Mystery Guard. Okay. That's goated. Mystery Garden did not live up to the potential, but unlike Seviper, which has been a disappointment, Mystery Garden just hasn't lived up to its potential. It's still... Wait, what? Wait. What? They went... I would have thought they were going to Night Stretcher for the Psychic. If you slap... Okay, they believed in the heart of the cards when they have 5, 6 Psychic show... They had 6 Psychic down. They believed in the heart of the card so much to get either their last 1 or 2 Psychic. But when I have 8 Darkness in the deck and I Iono for 6, I can't. They restart for 3, they get their 1. Explain that one to me. And if you're wondering, hey, why is my opponent putting the damage on the active Sharknado? It's because they don't want me to spread it, obviously, with my Sharknado to their Pokemon. Okay, we are at a very interesting point right now where I can stunt on them and say, hey, you're not going to win this one, bro. Or I can play it safe. I think we have to play it safe. Let's go Energy. I could go get a Monkey. How does the Monkey help? Does the Monkey help? The Monkey doesn't currently help, but... yeah, we'll do that. I think we do that. We burn the Poffin. We unironically just have a knockout with Greedy Fangs. I can't put the Fez down. As much as I want to put the Fez into play, I can't because that would just win them the game. So at least in this situation, I force them to... Okay, that's good. I don't think they can win now, right? I'm fairly confident they can't win now. I'm fairly confident they don't have a way to win the game now. Okay, let's Sinister Surge. We're going to put that there. Okay, retreat. So what do I do with this damage? That's the question. Do I put the damage anywhere? If I put 1 damage somewhere, does that help? I don't think so. So what if we go 1 there just to make it a little bit tougher? So I think their win condition, obviously, is like trapping the Toxtricity and then hoping I don't get a Pecharunt EX. Now all the Toxtricity are showing up. Now they're showing up. Yanti, thank you for the sub. I always appreciate money. Oh, we prized the card we would have needed to win. And Problem Child, again, I feel like I don't need to say this. Go watch my 30 rant videos about PTCGL. You'll notice a pattern of how, instead of fixing the big problems with the game, they make nonsensical changes to the game for no reason. We have not seen their ace spec. I would assume it's Secret Box. So it's like, why do the holo patterns look so horrible? It's because the PTCGL dev had to make changes to the game. It's like, oh man, we have to justify my job. I've said this a million times. There is a full-time art director working on this game who has to justify their job. So that's why the game board changes every month. That is why, you know, the home screen changed again for no reason. If you're ever wondering why are things changing for no reason except, you know, the game-breaking glitches, because there's someone working on this game. Uh-oh. I only need to take one prize, though. We're fine. But there's somebody working on this game who needs to justify their job, or just, you know, like there's some really old dude who they can't fire, and they just put them on the PTCGL project, and they're just like, just work on this until your retirement, and then, you know, get your retirement package, and, you know, show me your big package when you're old enough. Oh, they're going for the confusion. They're going to be so confused when they see me win. Oh, 100%. 100% Gordroth. They're always watching. Because if you didn't know, they are following me on Twitter. I can guarantee you either they're following me on Twitter or they pay attention to my tweets. Because I tweeted out the PTCGL devs screwed up the release timing for Phantasmal Flames. In their original announcement post, it said 10 a.m. Pacific, but they didn't take into account daylight savings. I'm aware of the daily reset being changed by daylight savings, so I tweeted out, the PTCGL dev doesn't even know when their daily reset time is. Yeah, I'm their free QA engineer. So I tweeted out, it's actually coming out at 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. Guess what happened a few hours later? The PTCGL dev magically edited the post to say 9 a.m. Huh, weird. They're gonna forfeit these nuts in their mouth, am I right? And let's just really stunt on them. No, you know what? Let's go for the rare Seviper KO. You know, you're playing Gardevoir, you deserve this. You know, how does it feel, Salvador? How does it feel to sit here and wait for damage counters and energy to be placed? Yeah, doesn't feel so great, does it? I mean, thank you for not conceding. Watch me do a bunch of damage. Boom, 480. Seviper, the one time I used Seviper, it didn't matter in the slightest. So yeah, Seviper, unfortunately, disappointing. It requires too much, and you have to have Sharknado in play. I think if I'm playing a 3 energy attacker, I think it's going to be Roaring Moon, because Roaring Moon is a basic, so you don't have to worry about, oh no, I don't have a Carvanha. And then it also just one-shots a Mega Lucario, one-shots anything with a Hero Escape, so I think Roaring Moon over Seviper. Just because, remember, the meta on PTCGL is different than IRL, because everyone has Lucario for free. Everyone has Charizard for free. So Roaring Moon over Seviper. Do not let that slippery snake from that pedo invade your balls.